All right, ripping the curtain back to start another brand new hour here, another brand new day of the Steve Gruber Show. Glad you're on board for all of this. We've got a lot to cover today. Big stories breaking every day, as you know. It's the foxhole of freedom. And I ask you, who do you want in your foxhole fighting shoulder to shoulder with you to protect this country, to protect your family, to protect the future? We're kicking off the broadcast and Real America's Voice and MTN, reaching a growing global audience. It's the Steve Gruber Show. It's a no panic zone. Here are three big things you need to know this hour. Number one, a staffer at DOJ crying over losing her job claims it's because her husband concocted an app to help illegals stay in the country. Good. Number two, a backroom deal among judges in New Jersey forced Alina Habba out as U.S. attorney in New Jersey, and then they replaced her with one of their own. Pam Bondi stepped in 2 hours later, fired the replacement. That's how it's done. We're not playing games. Number three, the gloves are off. The gloves are off, and the heat is getting turned up against Barack Obama and his lackeys who were involved in the conspiracy against President Trump. They failed in their attempt to take down the U.S. government during President Trump's first term, but they should and shall be held accountable. But Trump, taking a different approach than he did when Hillary Clinton was in the crosshairs. Listen to this.
The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up all the way going up to 2020 in the election. They tried to rig the election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level. So that's really the things you should be talking about.
That was yesterday in the Oval Office. So he lays it out. Even though President Obama has more protection than the others under presidential immunity, Trump isn't scared to call it like it is. Not at all. Here's more.
No, Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time, and I won in a landslide. Every swing state won the popular vote. But I won that all the same way in 2020. And look at the damage that was caused.
He's not alone in that assessment, by the way. Republicans from every corner say there needs to be consequences, prosecutions, indictments, justice served. Here's Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, who serves on the Judiciary Committee, which plays a key role in legislation regarding national security, something that Obama undermined, crying wolf. Listen.
Now the American people know, and they can see what the Democrats chose to do with their time when they were in office. They could not win at the ballot box, can't win in Congress, can't win at the courts, so they've gone to corruption. The bureaucracy and the swamp has got to be drained. These people that are careers over at the FBI and the DOJ that have participated in this need to be shown the door. There are prosecutions that should take place. This is weaponizing the federal government against a citizen, against a political opponent, because the American people are not doing what you want them to do. This is the kind of thing that we thought was going on. We had some pretty good ideas it was going on, some pretty good
idea was going on. They had anecdotal evidence, and now we can see it. Should come as no surprise that this passion for accountability does not extend to the Democrat Party. What are they doing? Calling the entire disclosure a conspiracy theory. Oh, really? Listen.
Well, listen, what's actually going on here is pretty clear. You have Tulsi Gabbard, who's been out of favor with President Trump since the intelligence agency issued battle damage assessments of the Iran strike that were not consistent with what Donald Trump was saying. So she's been in hot water and been trying to get back into favor. And then you have a president, and President Trump, who wants people to talk about anything other than the Epstein investigation, which he is very, very clearly worried about, the release of the Epstein files. So what's happening is Tulsi Gabbard's trying to work his way back into the good graces of Donald Trump by fabricating this conspiracy theory to try to placate Donald Trump. That's what this is all about.
Fabricating the conspiracy theory. I guess you just created these documents, more than 100, that show step by step and who was connected. She's just creating that out of thin air. No, sir. That's Representative Jason Crow. He's following the Democrat playbook. Deflect, deny, and lie. Tale as old as time. The criminals now claim that they never insisted that the Russians hacked the election. Just that they attempted to interfere. But then where did the media get these talking points back in 2017? Listen.
Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected. Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump.
The Russians definitively hacked the election.
Russia did hack the election.
No doubt. The Russians hacked the election.
Yes. Russia hacked the election.
Fact, Russia hacked the election.
President-elect Donald Trump still not sounding convinced that Russia hacked the election.
The president does not want to come to terms with the fact that the Russians hacked the election.
President Trump says he still wonders if the Russians hacked the election.
If you can get him to accept that Russia hacked the election, see if you can get him to accept who won the Civil War.
If he admits it, it casts a shadow on his victory over Hillary Clinton.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacked the election.
Let's be clear, Russia hacked the election.
Definitively, Russia hacked the election, and Russia is doing it again now.
Election-related cyber hacking.
Cyber hacking of U.S. elections.
Cyber hacking of the election.
Russia was cyber hacking the election.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. And now that the documents have been produced, Tulsi Gabbard is a conspiracy theorist. You see how this works? You make something up and you continue to push it out there. Flood the zone with sewage, as Donald Trump learned and Barack Obama bragged about. Just flood the zone with sewage. It's hard to navigate. There's a lot more where that came from, by the way. We'll let the Justice Department sort that out. We'll let you sort it out for just a minute here. We're going to take a break and be right back. Glad to have you on board. We're going to hold these people accountable every day. Indictments. We have got to have indictments and follow through. Pam Bondi, come get it. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to continue on now. We're going to let the Justice Department weigh in on whether or not this is a conspiracy theory. Spoiler alert, it's not. It's why the documents are there. The DOJ has confirmed it has now received Director Gabbard's criminal referrals, where it hopefully is sitting on top of the long to-do list that Attorney General Pam Bondi has set before her. If she's worried about her standing as a result of the Epstein fiasco and those documents, this would be a surefire way to confirm her commitment to the America First agenda. Because with the declassification of these documents, it confirms that the corruption is deep, or maybe far deeper than we even imagined. And it was weaponized for years. How about Barack Obama, 2018? Using the Russia hoax to try to undermine the midterms, which they did. Listen to this.
What happened to the Republican Party? Its central organizing principle in foreign policy was the fight against communism, and now they're cozying up to the former head of the KGB.
actively blocking legislation that would defend our elections from Russian attack. What happened? Seem utterly unwilling to find the backbone to safeguard the institutions that make our democracy work. I'm here to tell you that you should still be concerned with our current course and should still want to see a restoration of honesty and decency and lawfulness in our government. It should not be Democratic or Republican. It should not be a partisan issue to say that we do not pressure the Attorney General or the FBI to use the criminal justice system as a cudgel to punish our political opponents.
No, but we do use it to punish criminals, Mr. Obama. You know what? We talked on this program oftentimes about how Barack Obama didn't go away. Most former presidents leave. They just leave the scene. Obama, you got a house in D.C., a big fancy palace in D.C., and stuck around. The puppet master. But those strings have been cut, and he knows it. Russiagate, Obamagate, I don't care what you call it. The start of the weaponization of government in a way we have never seen before, specifically against Donald Trump and his supporters. 3 key dates. December 9th, 2016. Obama calls that meeting with James Comey, John Brennan, John Clapper, Andy McCabe, and lays out the game plan. January 3rd, 2017. Chuck Schumer tells President-elect Donald Trump in the Sunday media, if you cross the intelligence community, you've really got it coming. They can get you 6 ways to Sunday. And then 3 days later, the 3 stooges, Comey, Brennan, Clapper, carry out President Obama's vision. They brief President Trump on the Steele dossier, leaving out the fact that it's uncorroborated and paid for in full by the Clinton campaign. Then they leak the dossier to the press, giving it credibility by informing the media that President Trump has been briefed on it. And every day since has been an uphill battle with the deep state and its allies in the media. In a recent Rasmussen survey, polling, 60% of Democrats still believe that Donald Trump colluded with the Russians to steal the 2016 election. 60%. Come on, people. This is why it's on Bondi's shoulders to right this wrong, to lay the evidence out, just like Tulsi Gabbard has done. Bring justice down on these perpetrators. Will it change the brainwashed left's hive mind? Probably not, but it's worth a shot. It's important regardless. Telling the truth is important regardless. It's a vindication of people like myself, people like Mark Levin, who called this years ago. This is a headline from March 2017 from Breitbart. Quote, Mark Levin to Congress, investigate Obama's silent coup versus Trump. Levin detailed the egregious surveillance against President Trump made by the Obama administration up to and following, this is key, following the 2016 election, and concluded that an investigation into Obama's coup against President Trump was more important than an investigation into Russian interference. And now, 8 years later, the rest of the government, the DOJ, FBI, members of Congress finally catching up. They've got their work cut out for them, but Trump only has the next 3.5 years. If the swamp is going to be drained, it needs to be done with some vigilance. The deep state has grown like a weed under the last several Democrat administrations and others, of course. We know that the FBI didn't do its due diligence investigating Hillary Clinton. We've already talked about that, much of it ignored. Her mishandling of classified information. We know that Obama manipulated intelligence to smear Donald Trump and undermine his administration. We know that the Biden administration was run by everyone except Joe Biden, left-wing extremists, and an auto pen unleashed disaster on our great nation. And that's just what we know. What's still lurking behind the curtains that they've tried to pull? I'm not sure. I hope we find out, and in the words of Senator Marsha Blackburn, let the prosecutions begin. I completely agree. Let the prosecutions begin. While the elites got rich off crypto, hardworking American patriots were left behind, not anymore. Block Trust IRA is changing that, bringing the crypto opportunity to real Americans just like you. With crypto fueling President Trump's America First economic miracle, now is your chance to join. Their Animus AI trading platform runs 24/7, crushing old school strategies and helping patriots just like you build serious wealth, like the elites. It's been named the #1 crypto tech platform by Bitcoin Magazine. Block Trust IRA offers up to $200 million in protection, and its clients are seeing returns sometimes as high as 250%. Whether you're a teacher, a truck driver, if you're retired or own a small business, doesn't matter. This is your chance. Get up to $2,500 in bonus crypto when you sign up right now. SteveGruberCrypto.com. SteveGruberCrypto.com. Making retirement great again. I'll be right back.